And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals or semifinals here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 124. We are back, we are live with a PvZ, some nice kind of balance, that's what I'm looking for. A variety, I should say, and that's variety. When it comes to semifinals, we have 2 Protoss, 1 Terran, and 1 Zerg, at least one of each race, and we are jumping into our fresh best of 3. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. I knew I forgot something. There we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player himself, the red Zerg representing Stanley Balls. It is YoungYakov. And if you're in the chats, I have to very quickly finalize the previous predictions. Un momento, baby. Oh, it has already been done. But if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of Yakov? Will it go the way of herO? Up to you to decide. Best of luck. Best of luck. Coming into this, remember, herO, he is the #1 seed of the tournament. herO is #1 seed. Classic is the #2 seed. Can we stop those 2 players from facing off in the finals? Can we stop and deny the PvP finals? The pressure's on. The pressure's on Yakov. The pressure's on Björn. Hoping they can. We'll see. As the Yakov, he does have a Titan ahead of him. So far, being forced to take the unnatural natural, so a bit of an awkward and uncomfortable start at the beginning of the game here for Yakov. Outside of that, we're opening up in a standard fashion, and we'll see what herO has in store for us. Now, again, when it comes to herO's play, he's typically very versatile. He's very versatile, very aggressive, very dynamic in his PvZ, willing to mix things up, throw down early tech, throw down early upgrades as well, early Twilight Council, into Glaives, into early Blink, into committed 3-base all-ins, into heavy Oracle play. herO can be very difficult to keep up with in the PvZ matchup, in almost every matchup, to be fair. That is herO's biggest strength, is his dynamic play, his versatility, his unpredictability, if you will. Meanwhile, YoungYakov, he's also known for all-ins in this matchup, specifically in ZVP. He's known for these big 2 and 3 base all-ins, but Winter Madness is a larger map. I mean, hey, if you remember, we just had a 30+ minute game between Yakov and Percival in this map, for good reason, right? It's a large map, a lot of bases, long rushes by ground, defendable 3 bases, so if we were to go into the late game into Sky Toss, there's a high chance of doing so here on this map. And herO, he is willing to rush into Sky Toss if he sees an opportunity. So we'll see how Yakov will adjust his approach. Something we could see here isn't maybe not necessarily all-ins, but some very committed play into mutas. Like muta play, early Spire is something we do see quite a bit on Winter Madness. So that is a viable option here for Yakov. We'll see. We shall see. And again, as a reminder, if you want to see Beyond vs. Classic, unfortunately, we're not going to be covering it. We're not going to be casting. It is happening at the same time. They are currently mid-series. Let's take him into the shade. Just applying a bit of pressure. We got 2 queens here at the natural. Likewise, we have soon-to-be 2 queens in the main. Just 1 for now. Edipson commits. The Oracle moves in. Yakov's in position. Despite that, we'll lose 1, 2, up to 3 drone kills. And herO gets away. So nice start. 3 drones, pulls away. Early Twilight Council out of herO. You have my attention. Yeah, very early commit to the 3rd base. So with this early council, we're assuming Glaive Adepts, right? Glaive Adepts, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Remember, it's going to be delayed forge, delayed +1. Technically, this could be early charge. Like, there are some niche early charge builds you can go for, which at this point are out of favor. So still leaning towards Glaives, but we'll keep an eye on herO. As he has all 4 gases. Throwing down 3 more gates. Getting up to 4. No robo. Oh, early blink. Never mind. So very fast blink here out of herO. You have my attention. Fast blink, late forge. Now, because Blink is so fast and so early here for herO, I'm leaning more towards an 8k 3-base all-in. We'll see if herO takes his gases. If he saturates his 3rd base and he doesn't take his gases, then it's indicative here of staying on a lower tech army, on purely Stalkers, on not going into Colossus, not going into Storm, but instead committing with mass gateways instead. As the 4th base is denied. Rough start for Yakov. Rough start. As herO is still saturating that 3rd base. Oh, not again! No! Ooh, another cancellation. Another denial. It's going to be early Evo Chamber out of YoungYakov. So he's looking to go into +1 melee into Ling Hydra. Yeah, Hydra Den's on the way. Ling's at least scout all these Stalkers, does know it's not going to be charged, but there it is, 2 more gateways. So we have 6 gates so far, and we're looking for more. Oh no, never mind, takes gases. Okay, so he does have really fast blink, and because that he'd be aggressive earlier than normal, but taking these gases is indicative of further tech. Typically. I should mention that as well. As he moves down, remember blink is done. He has oracles to support. So he does throw down extra gateways. Ling's they attempt to catch reinforcements, getting caught out instead. We did mention that, hey, with extra gases, that means extra tech. It is going to be Storm, not Colossus. I mean, there's no robo. It's working towards Storm. Poking in. Already denied the 4th base twice. Trades well against the Zerglings. So far hasn't lost a single Stalker, but I spoke too soon. 1 Stalker should barely go down. Never mind. The Stalkers, they barely survive. Nice stasis traps. 4th base is on the way. I'm a little bit afraid to look here. Yeah, 0 units. 24 Ling kills, an Overlord, 6 drones, and so far we've only lost a single probe, so hyper efficiency out of herO, that's what he's known for. Meanwhile, Yakov, he's actually rushing into Lurker Tech. Ooh, Lair Tech Lurkers, okay. I mean, that is a way to catch your opponent off guard. So very fast Lurker Tech here by YoungYakov. And remember, Yakov's 4th race was heavily delayed, was cancelled twice. As we have our 7 lurkers morphing in. That should be just buy time. Jesus. Yeah, stasis goes over the queens. If you remember, I spoke about Storm. Storm was never researched. No show. We never researched Storm. We're just rallying across the map with Archons. Hero's going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throw. Thankfully, lurkers are now done. And with the help of these lurkers, YoungYakov should be able to hold on. Sky Toss. We're getting into a longer game. So with the early lurker tech, Yakov, he has held. He has defended. And herO, upon seeing the turtling Zerg player, is rushing into Sky Toss. So we're getting into a longer game state. See in the chat, does herO have any tech? Yes, we spoke about the Temple Archives earlier, and the assumption was Storm, but herO skipped Storm to go into Archons instead, and now upon seeing all the lurkers, he's going into Sky Toss. And Yakov can't really break out. Remember, this is Lair Tech lurkers. Yakov, he does not have a hive. He doesn't have any. Oh, sorry, he does have the pits. Hive is now on the way. Until that happens, though, Yakov is stuck at home. Oh, lurker drops though. Okay. Coming with the lurkers, forcing the recall. Here he races back home to defend. Very nice harass here by Yakov. It doesn't do damage, but it forced the recall, which means Yakov can expand. He can expand. He gains map control. Big moment for Yakov. He shouldn't be out here though. Uh-oh. Yeah, Yakov is getting caught out. Big revelation. Army does reinforce. And Yakov, can he protect those lurkers? He cannot. Yeah, he cannot. The army is going to be breaking through. One lurker goes down. He gets one. He gets two lurkers. 3, 4. He's losing everything. Yeah, Yakov, he will lose every single lurker here. Ay, ay, ay. Again, Yakov, he did have a massive overextension. He's going to be chased back. There's nothing to defend the lurkers. Remember, these are layer tech lurkers. They kind of hold their own. And that was how many? 10. Oof. 10 lurkers going down. Heavy losses for YoungYakov. And we don't even need the Sky Toss, to be honest. We don't even need it back. I mean, the Tempest is nice. It does add a little bit of extra DPS. But here he has so much momentum. He denies the expansion. Lings, they attempt to catch reinforcements. They will get Narcom, but GG. Yeah, GG gets called. The writing is on the wall. And herO takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does take a lead in the series. Again, YoungYakov, he was able to defend. He was able to survive at least a little bit when it came to his lurkers, but he did break out across the map, and unfortunately, he couldn't hold his own. Like, he overextended. He just overextended. He just misjudged the strength of his army. His lurkers were very vulnerable, especially without any upgrades, and he chose to commit towards that lower expansion, and he lost everything in the process. So YoungYakov did kind of just misjudge the army, and with that got shut down. GG. GG, well played. To be fair, like, he was playing from behind. Like, it was a really rough position for Yakov because his 4th base was so delayed, because it was trading so inefficiently against the Stalkers as well. The reality is herO did have a big lead. He did have a big lead there coming in towards that mid game. And Yakov felt the pressure to achieve some damage before Sky Toss. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2 here. Going to be loading into Ruby Rock. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his top left hand corner, we have we have the red Zerg player, himself, representing Team Stanley Balls. It is YoungYakov. Let's go. Let us go. So we're settling into game number 2. Now welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is a much smaller map than the map pool. Smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. As a result, we do often see all-ins. We often see all-ins here on Ruby Rock instead. Oh, as the expansion is going to be denied. Yeah, forced to expand at the unnatural location. Now, this forward 3rd base does allow for faster creep. So it means that if YoungYakov were to go for a Queen Walker across the map, or a German Taxi, for example, like a Roachling Queen Drop Lord all in, then this will hit a little bit faster thanks to the faster creep spread. That's going to be in the back of my mind, at least. It's in the back of my mind. I did see in the chat, anyone covering Beyond versus Classic? As we mentioned before, unfortunately, we are not casting the lower semis. Usually we do. Usually we cast both semifinals, one after the other. But specifically today, we don't have, unfortunately, I don't have the free time to do so. Don't have the time to dedicate to the broadcast the way that we usually do. So this time we have an accelerated bracket instead. And unfortunately, we don't have anyone else casting. Every now and then we have like Ryung casting in Korean. Every now and then. Usually it's whenever he plays. Whenever he plays, he does cast typically as well. Like if he gets knocked out. You know, sometimes we have TKL, sometimes we have Indie. Sometimes. But we are currently the only stream. I think maybe Shin has casted once. I think. For now, though. Now we're calming down, joining up our bases, getting our 3rd up and running. It's going to be a Stargate opener out of herO. Opening up Stargates into Oracle. Really, my eyes are mainly on YoungYakov to see if he goes for an early lair. Like, I'm looking for an early lair timing. I'm looking for an early Roach Warren timing. those would be signs of it. That's there it is. As if on cue, pappy, as if on cue. I start looking for a Roach all in. So it's going to be a 3-minute Roach Warren, hyper aggressive here by YoungYakov. Meanwhile, it's going to be a Void Ray opener, not Oracle. Okay, now the power of the Void Ray does come in the form of denying vision, denying scouting. So the Void Ray can hunt down this Overlord and deny vision. Now the scary thing though is that yes, herO, he's going to be able to shut down the Overlords and make it difficult for YoungYakov to scout. On the flip side, this means that herO has one less Oracle, and this means that herO has less scouting information across the map. I mean, again, that's the goal of the initial Oracle. That's one of their strengths, of course, is early game scouting. And herO sees nothing. And we do have a Ling Roach Queen all in. I believe the Queen's going to be walking across the map. There's no lair. There's no lair. There's no Roach Speed. There's no Drop Lords. There's no Pneumatized Carapace. We're just walking. Let's go. We just be waddling, pappy. Roaches, they bypass the Void Ray. So the Void Ray does not see the Roaches themselves.
Dimensional strings attuned.
The Lings, they poke in. Overlord does fall. And herO, he doesn't know. He has no idea what's going on. He does have an early Twilight Council. Looks like Glaives. I mean, it could be early Blink again. But herO, he has no defensive setup. No battery. Yeah, no batteries back at home. And this can work. But the goal here, break the natural. Just break open the natural door. And herO, he has failed to scout. And it goes down. Takes down the depth, goes further in, takes down the other, does barely surround. There we go, both adepts do fall. The boys are being pulled. Roaches, they bust into the mineral line, and probes will fall. So far, good damage. Yeah, damage is being done, and we're still rallying across the map. Remember, YoungYakov is all in. Yeah, he is all in, and gets into the main base. Can we shut down the Toasters Pylon? Oh, there's going to be 13 dead workers. Pylon goes down, massive pickup, denies the warp bins, denies the production, the tech, the upgrades. And we're still rallying. Yeah, we're still rallying across, and it looks like we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way, pappy. Let's go. 22 probe kills. The third is still up. True. Oh, so I got ahead of myself here. I thought we were going to do some more damage. Oh, nice. Okay, we still are. Nice round. Nice round. More probes that will fall. At least they should. Not good enough. Like, this was nice damage. It was, what, 23 probe kills? Ideally, though, we wanted more, or at least a third. Okay, Lings, they do go for the third expansion. The Nexus should go down. Yeah, Sentry moves in, Adepts as well. It's going to be close. Can he get it? Oh, no. It's getting close, but no. Sean is going to survive 60 HP. Ay. Yakov. YoungYakov, he barely doesn't kill the expansion. It was very, very close, very, very clutch. And by failing to kill his base, I mean, herO, he can recover. He can recover. Like, losing 23 probes is not good enough. He has further tech. He has Blink on the way. He has the Forge on the way for +1. He has the third expansion. Remember, YoungYakov, he's down in workers. He does have 3 bases. Going for it. Yeah, just going for the dive. The force field. The energy overcharge. He gets it. He gets the Nexus. Okay. That was crucial. That was crucial there for Yakov. Otherwise, herO would just take a lead. And Yakov, he's in this. Okay. he's in this. The army's coming in for the counterattack. Uh-oh. Yakov, he has nothing. He has 7 Lings and 3 Queens. Okay. We have 8 Hydras in production. Without them, herO can do critical damage. Thankfully, herO's being tentative. He doesn't know. Yeah, herO backs off. Whew. Okay, herO, he backs off. Yakov, he is holding on. He's barely cranking out those Hydras. herO rotates. Again, herO's passivity here is allowing YoungYakov to get away with this. As they move in. Friendly plays Oracle Stasis. There's no guarantee that would have helped in the defense, especially if Yakov did see it ahead of time and just bait it out. But bearing in mind, a lot of the strength of that all-in from YoungYakov came to the lack of scouting. Remember, it came to the initial Void Ray, right? The Void Ray opener did mean that herO had less scouting than normal. So he didn't realize what was happening until it was in his face. And Yakov, he is running up somewhat, getting up to around 3 base saturation, but already moving out. He's being a little bit premature here. He's throwing away Lings. Oh my god. Throws away some Zerglings. Yakov, we gotta lock in. We gotta calm down. Calm down, Pappy, calm down. Yakov goes to the run by. The wall is up. Revelation on the Zerglings. We can see Yakov ignoring this army and just committing across the map instead. What's the plan? Who reacts to who? herO moves in and Yakov responds. Okay, Yakov does respond. herO pushing further into the bases. It's a one-way trip. He's caught out. Oh my, the force field. Okay, the force field. There's no Ravagers. No shot. He's killing the main. We have one more force field. There he gets it. There we go. Two in a panic as the Oracle goes down. He could have had one more force field. Down goes the base. He recalls back home. herO with the moves at the same time. There's a counterattack, but herO he defends in time. He gets back home in time. He shuts down some of these Hydras as well. Punching the army. The Cybercore was sniped, but hey, charge is almost done. Charge is almost complete. We got the slow lots. The Lings are coming for this round. They try to catch up the Stalkers. Nice spin control here by herO. Yeah, nice control. Blinks away. He cuts back to his third. Zelsay warp in. Charge is now done. The Hydras are exposed. And Yakov. Oh, he's getting caught out here. I say that. Nice buffering with those Zerglings. And nice buffering. Making his way into the natural. But he doesn't have a recall. He has no recall. No. And Yakov, he will lose all these Hydras. Every Hydra's going to go down. GG gets called. And herO will claim the series 2-0. Advancing on to the grand finals. So GG. GG, well played. herO with the moves. He was in a rough position after losing that third base, but he got across the map. He busted into the main, force field of the ramp, and he was able to snipe the expansion, cripple the economy, recall back home in time, and Yakov was committed. But alas, he had no reinforcements. He needed more Zerglings. Again, it was very fortunate that Charge did finish up in time. herO, he was able to collapse on those Hydras, able to bring them down. Expensive losses for Yakov. GG, well played. With that, he had nothing left behind this. We almost had an ace match. We almost had a game 3. Casito, papi, casito. But GG, well played. With that, herO, he somehow survives, defends, he brings it all the way back, and now we have our first finalist. GG, well played. Congratulations. With that, we have herO advancing to the grand finals, and remember, herO, he's waiting for the winner of Classic and Beyond. Oh boy.